Coming to you live from Million Dollar Studios, your boys, Chris Speez and the big dog himself, Mr. Roman Reigns. He's ready. Speez and the Benchmark Show on a Wednesday night, April 3rd, 2019. We welcome you here to the program on Twitch, exclusively on Twitch now. Welcome to all of you watching us here. We appreciate you being with us. The Benchmark has told me that he is on his way. All right, so don't shoot the messenger here. I know you're all ready to see the star of the show. As I was informed last week, I'm just the tech guy. Silky is the star of the show. So be aware, the star of the show is on his way and should be here shortly. But we press onward without him because that's what we do here on the program. So we're happy to have all of you with us here on the Speez and the Benchmark Show. Give us a shout out on the chat there and let us know that you're with us, and spread the good word if you would. If you want to send out some tweets and invite your followers to join us, the more folks we can get in here, the better. And while you're at it, you can see the information scrolling down below on how you can become a subscriber here to the Twitch channel. It's a great way to support us here on the program. So check that out. You can also drop those bits or leave us a tip at the tip jar, tinyurl.com/sbtipjar. We're always very appreciative of those of you who help out with the program, so thank you all for that. And, of course, if you want to get in on the phone lines, you can do so by giving us a call at 832-937-4559. That's 832-93-SILKY. 832-93-SILKY. So it's WrestleMania week, folks, and, you know, the show goes on regardless of who's here and who's not here. We press onward, and so we're going to talk a little WrestleMania tonight. We talked about Monday Night Raw on our regular Monday show. If you're a new viewer to the program, we are here every Monday after Raw, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central. And starting this Sunday, for those of you who may have forgotten, we will be live on Sundays as well. Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Time. Now, I'm told that it's not GMT anymore over across the pond in the UK. The time changed or whatever. So it's something else now, but just know, wherever you are in the UK, that's why we're doing the show, because we want you guys to be able to be here with us on the program. So check us out this Sunday. It'll be WrestleMania pre-show this Sunday, but we'll be doing Sundays from here on going forward. What's up to you, Juanito? And yes, Sasha Reigns, Roman might just be taking over for the time being, but we shall see. So welcome to all of you. It's always great to have you guys here, and we talk a little WrestleMania here. So, I hope my calls are still working, but yeah, you know, see Silky not being here throws me off. So thank you guys for being with us once again. I very much appreciate it. Tuesday, an okay SmackDown Live. What can I say? It was what a botch, says Bob Aruski. Are you happy that I got the title right this week, Bob Aruski? Not going to give me any shit about that, I hope. Thank you very much. Yeah, I get no credit when shit goes right around here, but the first time something goes wrong, I'm going to hear about it, that's for sure. And okay, SmackDown Live this week. You had a lot of, same deal on Raw. A lot of matches to get people some face time before WrestleMania. We had this insane intergender tag team match that was just totally absurd. It's nuts. They're just trying to get as many people on TV as they can. Of course, we had the ever-popular contract signing between Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan, which actually wasn't too bad because you got to hear Kofi cut a fiery promo. Looking forward to that match. And Randy Orton and AJ Styles continue to do their bit to piss each other off and get folks interested in that match, which I very much am. I think it's going to be great. We suddenly traveled back to 2009 with that mixed tag. I'm with you, says the Naked Grandma, which is a fantastic handle, by the way. Welcome to you if you are new here to the program. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. We very much appreciate that. And you'll get yourself some points to join us for a little Wrestle Trivia tomorrow night. So, yes, we will be doing Wrestle Trivia tomorrow night for those of you who are wondering. So put that into your plans and be sure to join us because it'll be a lot of fun. So let's get into SmackDown Live. Obviously, I won't say the huge news from SmackDown Live, but we saw Becky Lynch show up and basically do not a whole lot other than get cool points from everybody because she showed up in a cop car and, delivered her promo from on top of the announcer's table instead of in the ring. Okay. heard pretty much everything that we can hear from them by now. Thank you, Peck and Rod and Bobarewski, for hosting us. I appreciate that. Would love it if one of us had snuck into that 16-person cluster. Yeah, it was a bit of a mess. But what I was looking forward to was to see what was going to happen in this Kofi Kingston contract signing, because let's face it, Vince McMahon has done everything he can to try to screw Kofi out of this title shot. And I was convinced, based on what happened the previous week, where Vince kind of left a little bit of a cliffhanger there as to whether or not Kofi was actually going to be in the main event. I thought for sure Vince was going to show up and throw a wrinkle into things, but surprisingly, and thankfully, he did not. But we did get a great promo from Kofi Kingston, get the crowd fired up. That guy has got all the momentum going into WrestleMania. And at this point, I like to think of what the reactions are going to be when things inevitably don't go the way that folks think they are. Because I'm here to tell you right now, gang, I will gladly eat crow if we come back here on Monday night and Becky Lynch and Kofi Kingston, and who's another one that everybody wants to win? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Oh, Finn Balor. If all three of them come out victorious, let's just say I'll be very surprised. I'll be very surprised. Oh, and Seth Rollins, of course. So those four right there. Seth Rollins, Kofi Kingston, Becky Lynch, and Finn Balor. I can all but guarantee you that at least one of them is going to lose. I would be stunned. I would be absolutely stunned if Vince McMahon actually booked it to where all four of those folks win. It would be surprising to me. I would be very surprised. My question to you guys is, who would be okay in your eyes to lose? Because I don't think folks are going to be very happy if anybody except Becky Lynch wins that main event. I think people are going to shit. I think they're going to freak out. I think so many people are behind Becky, even people that weren't even big Becky fans before. It gets to be the herd mentality where all of a sudden everybody likes Becky, so we all got to like Becky. Not to say that's a bad thing. It's certainly great for her. I'm sure she's digging it. But like I said, I would be pretty surprised if it turned out that all four of those folks won. Now, Seth Rollins is the one that people seem to be thinking, maybe things aren't looking so swell for him. Maybe he ends up losing this thing after all. Because I think going in, everybody was saying to themselves, oh, well, Seth Rollins is going to win no matter what. It's going to happen. Now I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure if it's going to happen. Finn Balor, everybody was kind of surprised that he lost the Intercontinental title in the first place, and now he's got a chance to win it back, and he's the Demon. I would be stunned if the Demon somehow lost at WrestleMania, but stranger things have happened. And then you've got Kofi Kingston. Again, Kofi Kingston with all the momentum going in, and folks are going to want that WrestleMania moment. That WrestleMania moment. Because it's not going to be enough, in my opinion, if Kofi loses at WrestleMania and then wins on Tuesday night after WrestleMania on SmackDown Live. I think people are still going to bitch because they want to see Kofi win it on that big stage. They want to see him win it in front of that huge crowd of 60+ thousand people. I don't know how many folks they're expecting this weekend. They want to see the first black WWE champion happen on the biggest stage. And to be honest, WWE, they love them some headlines. And Kofi Kingston wins, becomes first African-American to win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania is a much bigger headline and much more of an attention grabber than him winning it a couple days later on SmackDown Live. But we shall see. Lester needs to drop the strap. It's time, says Amber. We'll see. Kofi can lose and then kick ass on SmackDown just to help ratings. I don't think ratings are going to be good this week, no matter what. I don't know why fans worry about ratings so much. That's what I like to see right there. Thank you very much, Mike Check. I see Roman knows how to stay on his side of the screen. Indeed, he does. And thank you for the bits, Mike Check. We very much appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know why fans worry about ratings. The ratings this week are going to be much better because the Raw after Mania always draws. The SmackDown Live after Mania always draws. People want to see the fallout. They want to see what's happening. So from a ratings perspective, that's going to happen. I just think WWE loves to grab those headlines. They're grabbing them with putting the women in the main event this year. And again, that's not to say that they haven't earned it, because they have. But they love those headlines. They absolutely love them. And what better spot than at WrestleMania to put Kofi in that position? Hello to you, Jody Mania. I wonder what TakeOver will be like. We'll talk about that a little bit tonight as well, Amber. And we will get to the benchmark power rankings this week, whether the benchmark is here or not, because, again, the show must go on. Even though it is a bit ridiculous. It's a
goddamn abortion and a disgrace.
That he's late. But it happens. It happens. That's what Silky does. Oh, again. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that, sir. You see, I got the alerts. I've been busting ass since I got home today. I've been making the new alerts for you subscribers and followers. I've been making the new alerts for the bits and everything. All kinds of fun stuff going on. Brock Lesnar is retaining the title, says Raven's Blood. There has to be a heel champion winner at Mania. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Raven's Blood, right there. She's echoing my thoughts, absolutely. You're not getting Kofi, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and Finn Balor all winning. It's not happening, folks. It's not happening. And Demon Finn's probably going to win. That's probably as close to a shoo-in as you can get, because he's the Demon. And that happens once a year, twice a year at the super big events, and that's it. So I would be stunned if Finn Balor lost. We shall see. Can we change the name from Benchmark Power Rankings to My Yard Power Rankings? Well, we will do that this week if Silky doesn't show. But I have it on good authority, meaning he told me so on the telephone, that Silky was going to be here. It'll be here shortly. And if he's not, then the show will go on with that. If it did, something has froze over. Yeah, I totally agree. If the Demon should lose after that corny-ass promo from... Yeah, I don't know what was up with the tongue thing. Just the... Clip it, Baba Ruska. It just went on too long. It's like, enough of that. We can move on now. So, I ask you guys, who would you be least upset? Well, let's say who's gonna... Who... I sound like the fucking dude. Who would you be most pissed off about not getting a win at WrestleMania on Sunday? Between Becky Lynch, Kofi Kingston, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor. Of those four, who are you going to be most pissed off about if they don't win? Now, I'm not going to be particularly upset. First of all, I'm not going to be upset if Brock wins, because Brock's a badass, and you guys know that I like Brock Lesnar, and I don't have a problem with him winning at all. That's fine. People talk about, it's fucking up the prestige of the Universal Champion. The Universal Championship was around for like 2 months before Brock won it. It's not like this is some... Look at that.
Have, and I always will. There, I said it.
See, I love you, Kristen. Thank you so much, Kristen. New subscriber to the program. We appreciate that. Again, you guys can subscribe. You can look at the scroll down below and subscribe to the channel as well. I'm here. Oh, shit. He just rolls up in the set like... Fucking gangbusters here.
Hold on.
Acting like you just ran from the fucking job or something like that.
I did.
You want an NWO hat while you're at it and cover up the dome there?
No, I'm good.
Okay, fine.
I'm not bothering.
All right. Look at it. It's a...
I don't experience fear, and I don't back down.
He doesn't experience fear, and he doesn't back down, Silky.
Neither do I.
You know what else he doesn't do? He doesn't show up late. That's what he doesn't do. But hey...
Fuck you. I have nothing better than that.
Kristen, new subscriber here on the program.
Kristen.
Shout out to her. We appreciate that. And got some bits already coming in from Texas Legends Brian, from Mike Check. We're talking about how Vince McMahon is almost definitely not going to have all four of the faces win the major matches at WrestleMania. I'm talking about Becky Lynch, Kofi Kingston, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins. Would you agree that there's very little chance that all four of those wrestlers go over?
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Kristen, very much. Dropping the bits as well. We appreciate that very much, Kristen. Thank you.
I think it could.
You really think that all four of the baby faces are going to go over?
I think so.
Oh,
I mean,
I would be stunned. Look at Amber. Damn, you're late, dude.
I get that. I do apologize for that.
Hootie hoo from Baba Ruski. Hello, Silky. It's everybody says welcome. They
Yeah.
just, yeah.
But if anyone, sadly, probably Kofi
See,
would
that's
be
what
the
I
one
think too.
that
And
gets asked out in this situation if he's not going to put all four over. But I really think that he's going to put all four over.
you think so?
Yeah.
I mean-
because the Demon's not going to lose. We know that.
What about Vince? That's what I said. I said if there's anybody that's practically a shoe-in, it's the Demon.
Yes.
So from the other three, I said, yeah, that's why I tried to give him a lid, Kristen, so he could cover up the dome. But he's good with it.
Yeah.
Because black don't crack, right?
Black don't crack.
And
I'm going to
so
look like
he's-
this when I'm 60.
So the Demon, you got to figure, is going over. And I would be surprised if the fans didn't get what they want in the main event with Becky winning.
Yeah.
So that leaves Seth Rollins and Kofi Kingston.
Of those two, yeah.
I still think Seth Rollins is more likely to lose.
You think he's
I
more likely
totally
to lose
think
than Kofi?
I really do. I really do.
I don't know. I mean, it's not a wrong stance. Like, out of those two, either one you could lose as far as, but I just don't know. I feel like with where Seth Rollins is on the pecking order and where Kofi is, I think Kofi is going to be the one that gets asked out by losing.
And that would suck.
It would
Because
suck.
I asked people, I said, okay, so which one are you going to be most pissed off about if they don't win? And
It'd have to
honestly,
be Kofi.
I'm not going to be super pissed about any of them, to be honest with you.
It'd have
but,
to be
but Kofi, I'd be.
Well, I mean,
that would
suck.
suck.
The thing is, it's angering for two different reasons. Like, I'd be upset that Kofi didn't win. Most people would be not really. I don't think they're too upset that Seth didn't win. They're just more upset that Brock won.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
it's
so-
more about Brock losing than it's about Seth winning.
Exactly.
At least that's my take on it.
Yes.
If Kofi loses, the crowd will go berserk. I'm with you, Amber. They probably will.
I think though, with the build-up they've done with, going in the gauntlet, pinning him the next night, or almost beating him at Elimination Chamber, then pinning him the next night, getting his match taken away, getting fucked with every step of the way, finally winning, or actually the New Day winning to get his opportunity. I feel like that's too much for Kofi not to win.
That's what I keep telling myself too.
Now, I feel like it's going to be, if anyone, I think my heart wants Kofi to win, but my brain says that if anyone has to be asked out, it's going to be Kofi.
Yeah, well, I hope you're wrong because
Me too.
it
I hope
certainly
they
would be
all
great to see him
win.
Yeah, I mean, look, the only guy that I've said it before, I like having Brock Lesnar around for big matches like this. I enjoy it. I know a lot of people don't. There's still guys on the roster I wouldn't mind seeing Brock Lesnar fight. I wouldn't mind seeing Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. I wouldn't mind
I
seeing
wouldn't want to see that.
Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre. I wouldn't mind seeing Brock
Now
Lesnar
that-
and Kevin Owens. Like, I mean, I
I don't know about those matches you said. I get where you're going with that. It's just, for me, none of those matches really sound appealing. Maybe the Drew McIntyre, just because of the fact that he's
he's a big ass hoss,
yeah.
and
But as far as the rest of them, I just don't see it being. I just don't see that being a big match situation like this with Rollins. Like, Brock does better essentially with these a little bit smaller or cagier guys.
this is true.
Maybe Kevin would be a good match because even though he's bigger, he's big, he's not as big as Brock, and he can play that chicken shit, like take any advantage he can to
Exactly.
get upper hand.
And how great was fucking Kevin Owens last night when he was doing the Kevin Owens show and he just booked it out of the ring before AJ Styles and Randy Orton started kicking the shit out of each other. I mean, he just like, fuck this, I'm out.
Fuck that shit, I'm out. We need that sounder.
Oh, we do. We need to get that. I'll look that up. I got the new alert set up.
Yes.
I got the media player set up because our shit is still not working properly. So I finally gave up and said we're going a different route. So everything's going good. And before we get back to the chat, if you will notice, the Nightbot there mentioned it. For those of you who have Amazon Prime, if you're an Amazon Prime customer, you can subscribe to a Twitch channel not just follow, but actually subscribe to a Twitch channel for free, which means you get all the perks of being a subscriber. Like you won't have to watch ads during the show. You're going to get an increased chance of winning when we do giveaways. You get the custom emotes, which are coming soon, all that stuff. So if you do have an Amazon Prime account and you want to subscribe to your boys here, you can do that. You just, when you click on the subscribe button, it'll have a button for you to try Twitch Prime. And all it does is connect to your Amazon Prime, and then you can subscribe to us using your Amazon Prime account. So that would be great. We would appreciate that. It helps us take care of all the costs with the...
Because these bills need to get paid.
Indeed they do. I want to see Brock versus Walter or Hanson of the War Raiders, says Mike Check.
So I just don't...
I don't know about Brock and Walter. Like...
Yeah, I don't know about Brock and Hanson, just because I just feel like Brock needs that more athletic guy. I don't think his matches are going to be as entertaining when it's too big. Like him and Goldberg, to me, none of that was entertaining.
Him and Braun Strowman was a turd.
Yeah.
I mean, that match was not good at all.
Yeah, and so I just think that he needs that guy that has the speed over him.
Yeah.
That can play.
It certainly helps. It certainly helps. Kevin Owens' show is awesome. Totally agree. He needs to be a heel. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Owens as a heel is great. I don't know what they're doing with him.
Yeah, no one knows.
As a babyface. That's kind of weird. But 832-937-4559 if you want to get in on the phone lines as well.
832-93 Silky. See,
832-93 Silky.
I'm
I'm hoping that it's working here because, yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm already in, so it's good. It crapped out on me earlier on. His match with Styles was good. Totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
His match with Daniel Bryan was good. His match with Finn Balor was good. I fully expect his match with Seth Rollins to be good. I think it's going to be very, very good.
I mean, his match at Night of Champions few years back when Undertaker came back. That was good.
Yeah, he had some great matches with Undertaker.
No, I'm talking about Seth Rollins.
Oh, that was at Battleground, was it not?
No, I thought it was Night of Champions.
I think it was Battleground. Because I remember, I remember Seth Rollins being total chicken shit heel.
Yeah.
And Brock hits him with the F5, goes for the pin, and at 2, the lights go out. And it was so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But then there was no ending to the match. I remember me freaking out about that, and everybody else was like, who gives a shit? The Undertaker came back. I'm like, no, damn it, I want an ending to my match. This card has great potential to be awesome, says Amber. I'm glad you're excited, Amber, because I hear too many people talking about how underwhelming the build has been and blah, 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 blah. And people just like to complain sometimes.
People just like to bitch.
Walter is like Lesnar. He needs to be with smaller guys. Walter's matches against Pac and Will Ospreay were fantastic. Well, Pac and Will Ospreay are both fantastic. I think Walter and Pete Dunne is going to be great this weekend.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I went back and looked at... I showed my wife because I was talking about Walter last night. I said, you remember Sammy Guevara? Those of you AEW fans, Sammy Guevara going to be in AEW, sat here with us in $1 Million Studios and
friend of ours
talked some shit about Walter, about how fuck Walter's chops and all this other kind of stuff. I showed her the picture of Sammy's chest after he fought Walter for the PWG title.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking horror movie, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't ever seen Walter... Make sure you check it out this week. This sounds like I'm dead serious. It sounds like a fucking shotgun goes off when he chops somebody in the chest.
I might
it's
be
ridiculous.
the first one to tap out the chop.
Yeah,
not chops, just one chop, and I'm like,
enough of that shit.
I'm out.
Absolutely right. So, looking forward to that as well. Okay, so
have we done the power rankings?
We have not done the power. I'm waiting for you to do the power rankings. Would you like to do the power rankings now?
Let's do the power rankings.
You want to do the power rankings now? All right. Yes. Well, since the Benchmark Silky Baines is here,
I am here.
We're gonna dive right into it, folks. This week's Benchmark Power Rankings. Here we go. Benchmark Power Rankings for the week of March 31st, 2019. The top 5 wrestlers of the week, according to our very own Benchmark Silky Baines. And we're always happy to hear your top 5 as well.
Yes. But don't shit on mine. Wait till after mine.
Yeah, we'll
and
get
then
to
we
them,
can discuss.
And then we can discuss yours.
Yes.
Absolutely right. So, kick things off this week, as we always do, Silky, with number 5.
Number 5 would be Finn Balor. Just because he brought the demon, and I love that the promo and how the smog came, and when it came back, faded away, it was fucking the demon, letting them know that it was going to be Balor or the demon against Lashley at Mania. I was like, I really dug that.
The only thing that threw me off was the tongue thing.
Yeah. Okay, don't do that ever again in your life.
It was just it was a little too much for me, but it's not the Speez Power Rankings. We've talked about this
Yes.
before. Moving on to number 4.
Number 4, Baron Corbin.
You're pissing people off with this one.
I'm gonna piss some people off with it, but I mean, he was fucking phenomenal. Like,
Telling
he
you.
was fucking phenomenal this week, and it actually makes me want to see this match.
I'm telling you.
To see him inevitably get his comeuppance, or actually, I wouldn't be mad if he actually won. But I mean, he's just phenomenal fucking heel. Say what you will about him. I mean, he's athletic as fuck in the ring. I mean, I hate his gear. We all know that, and that's like the Nightbot said. He works at Applebee's apparently.
Exactly.
But like, he's a fucking phenomenal heel, so that's why he goes number 4.
Yeah, exactly. He makes you hate him. Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't buy for a second.
Yeah.
Change the channel when Baron Corbin. No, you don't. Stop it. I know you stay there because you're a mark like the rest of us. So deal with it. Baron Corbin is a very good heel. Moving on to number 3.
Number 3, the New Japan Heavyweight Champion, Switchblade Jay White.
I was surprised to see Jay White at
Yes.
number 3, IWGP
Yeah, he had a
Heavyweight
great
Champion.
promo standoff with Okada because, of course, his first defense is going to be at the G1 in Madison Square Garden WrestleMania weekend against Okada.
How great is that?
Yeah,
Well, that's a
so-
pretty fucking good first title defense. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just going to be in Madison Square Garden against Okada.
Yes. I mean, and I know, Alistair, you haven't heard of him, but trust me, go look him up. He is fucking phenomenal. Like, he
One of the
is
better
money.
heels in wrestling
In
right
wrestling.
now. So good. So good. And he just joined the Bullet Club recently, but don't let that fool you.
No, and I actually
He's-
like the fact that
The
he
Bullet Club's going back to its roots
Yes.
here recently, and Jay White,
is the perfect guy for that.
he's great. Jay White is serious money, says Mike Check. Totally agree. Totally agree. Corbin's Deep 6 on Rey Mysterio was a nice way to finish.
It was
Yeah.
a little shocking that ended the match, but I mean, I've always said that could be a finish.
Totally could be. And it was. So it's nice to see it when it
Yes.
is finished. Jay White, Okada this weekend. Number 3 on the Benchmark Power Rankings. On to number 2.
Number 2, Kofi Mania. I
I can't picture him losing, man.
I can't. I
They
mean,
better not fuck this up.
that the promo. I mean, it gave you all of the fire that you needed, that you want to see. Like, you feel that when he talks about 11 years and that, you know, this is his big shot, and that, you know, he's, even though Daniel Bryan says he was like him, he's nothing like him. Like, I mean, I felt every word of the promo. Like, the emotion felt real.
Yep.
And that's what I liked about the promo. And it's rare that you see a contract signing, one that doesn't end up in fights, but still gives you, like, it keeps you captivated.
Yeah.
Because if most contract signings I watch, if it doesn't end in fight, I'm just like, why the fuck they do it? Like there was no real point to it besides to see two people sign a contract.
Exactly.
But this one, like, the whole point, Daniel Bryan did a phenomenal job, and Kofi took that ball and ran with it.
Yeah, he totally did. And Daniel Bryan selling it as they went out of the show, just this look on his face like, holy shit, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Great job. I totally agree. We riot if he loses, says Alistair Fiend,
Yes.
and gave Jody Mania the feels. It's rare these days promos give you pure feels, and Kofi slam dunked it in ways that are beyond words. Totally agree. No problem with Kofi Kingston being at number 2. But there's only one number 1 on this week's Benchmark Power Rankings, and it is
It is The Miz. I know you
Miz.
The Miz. I mean, the match he did, and like the promo was great he did before the match. The only criticism it has, and it has nothing to do with The Miz, is that when you're selling a pay-per-view, you don't give them the same match. Like, why do I want to see Miz beat and Shane in a Falls Count Anywhere match, and then I just watched that, The Miz, and he beat 3 people. So then it's like more gives that air of like, how can Shane even win? Like, he literally beat Sanity by himself.
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yeah, don't give away the gimmick
Yeah,
before the
you could
gimmick
have
on the
done
weekend.
literally any other kind of match for The Miz. It could have been a street fight. It could, it could have been literally any other kind of match except for the match he's supposed to do at Mania.
Exactly.
But that's not The Miz's fault. But his promo was great, and the match was good.
It was a hell of a match.
Yeah, it was a hell of a match. I loved the ending. And I liked even Shane almost. One, just because I wanted to see your face go red, I flirted with the idea of putting Shane at number 1 just because you got to admit.
Shane, stop it.
Shane was fucking phenomenal
Just stop
as the
it.
heel in the situation. He comes out there, he cuts a promo, he watches, changes the match, and then just that little smirk he did from the limo on the outside after Miz won the match and drives off. I mean, it was good, but I was like, I have to give it to Miz. But part of me, 1A is Shane McMahon.
You chose wisely.
1A was Shane McMahon,
as they once said. All right, there you have it, folks. The Benchmark Power Rankings for March 31st, 2019. Let's review them one more time. Soki, number 5.
It's the Demon Finn Balor, and then Constable or not Constable, Applebee's waiter Corbin, Jay White the Switchblade, Kofi Mania, and The Miz.
There you have it, folks. The week of March 31st, 2019, Benchmark Power Rankings. Sasha Reigns put her power rankings in here. Let's see what she said. She said Shane at number 5.
Mm-hmm. I can get that. I can buy that. I can buy that.
Shane at number 5, Daniel Bryan at number 4, Alexa Bliss at number 3, Finn at number 2, and shocker, she has Seth Rollins at number 1.
I mean, it's not a bad. Only question is like, did I miss what did Alexa do that was good, or is it just because she likes Alexa Bliss? Because, the power ranking is supposed to be for what they did the week, not just that you like them.
I hear you. Silky, will they wrestle in the upper deck or not? Says Mike Check.
They could.
Thank you very much. Get the tables.
He says he hates it, but his idea. He put Shane McMahon's music on.
Well, that's the perfect one for when people give us money.
Mm-hmm.
But you notice I didn't put Shane's picture. It's the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Oh,
that's
I'm
why.
going to change it.
You're not changing shit.
I'm change it. Watch.
Glad to have you with us.
Monday.
Get the tables. Appreciate you being here, sir. I don't give a shit about Shane McMahon and The Miz. I don't.
I mean, you gotta.
I don't want to see.
Put your disdain. Like, look at it from just take away your disdain for.
No,
Shane.
it's been
right.
well built.
It's a well built. It's going to be an interesting match, an entertaining match, right? You can at least admit that this will be entertaining.
Here's the thing. I like The Miz. I'm not a huge fan of The Miz as a wrestler. Not to say he's a bad wrestler. It's just to me he doesn't do anything where I just go, oh shit, that's really cool. Like it's just.
The clothesline thing is kind of cool.
It's kind of cool, right?
But it's pretty cool. I mean, it's not something everyone
okay,
can do.
it's pretty cool. What I'm saying is it doesn't really do anything for me. And then when you got fucking spot monkey boy Shane McMahon on the other side of the ring, it just doesn't get me all that fired up. Now, Shane's going to do something stupid, and everybody's going to mark out. Hopefully he does something, cataclysmically stupid, where you go, okay, that was really fucking dumb. But kind of like watching a car crash, it's kind of cool to watch this idiot jump off of shit and fucking try to kill himself because he's the boss's kid. I don't know what the fuck his problem is.
I mean, he is he's not a wrestler. We know this. But he is an entertainer. And he's always been entertaining in his matches. All of his matches. And even if you take away the crazy dives and shit, the matches get you like
No,
you don't
come on. He does the fucking punch shit and just
he does that. So that's the one thing he does shitty.
A bunch of silly shit.
One thing he does shitty.
He does a lot of things shitty. What else does he do good besides jump off of shit?
I mean, he does some good wrestling moves. I mean, they might involve jumping off the top rope, but that's the top rope. That's not jumping off of shit. Can you? And he's older than you, right?
It doesn't matter if I can or not, Silky. It does not matter.
Can you do a shooting fucking star?
I don't know. I've never tried to do a shooting star.
You probably would land on your head.
I'd probably be a fucking money at it, and you'd go, holy shit, this guy should have been wrestling his whole life.
I've seen you in the ring. I've seen you in the ring.
Goddamn
you
right.
Would not. But, I mean, he's very...
I was very impressive in the ring.
He was not.
Just saying.
He was not. But
anyway.
But he is what he is. I mean, he's an attraction. No different. I mean, and I'm not putting him on the level of Brock.
He's a sideshow attraction is what he is. That's exactly
he's an attraction. No different than Brock, except for in their stature. But Brock is an attraction, is he not? You don't.
Yes.
You don't see Brock. Only difference between Shane, besides the actual like wrestling amateur and
which is pretty fucking big difference. But anyway, go ahead. Oh, look at that.
And I always will. There, I said it.
We love you, Brian. Thank you so much for the sub, man. Appreciate that, sir.
But the real difference is the fact that Shane is used too much. If they used him sparingly,
looks great. Wrestles.
no,
Does actually
does he?
wrestling moves.
No.
Is a
no.
fucking draw.
Yes.
Brings in ratings and viewers and put asses in seats. None of which fucking Shane McMahon does.
Well, one, he doesn't really wrestle anymore. He does 2, maybe 3
Stop
wrestling
it.
moves.
Stop. We just got done talking about how Brock Lesnar's matches against Daniel Bryan and Finn Balor and so on were
No,
good.
he sells amazing, like for the smaller guy, and he can sell that someone, even like going back, his match with CM Punk was phenomenal. He sold that was probably one of his last like actual matches, I think. But for the most part, as of late, it's been suplex, German.
No, go back and watch his Daniel Bryan match. It was not German.
It was German. And then remember, they made it no DQ. So only reason he first took advantage was because of the low blow.
The low blow, exactly.
And so that's the only reason Bryan even got an advantage. But the match before that was nothing but Germans. And whenever Brock took back over, it was just Germans.
Let's
then
fight him,
F5.
Silky, says Alistair Fiend trying to
And
start
then
a
an
fight
F5.
here. Can't handle the quickness, Alistair
So,
Fiend, because I'm a karate
3
man.
fucking moves.
Get the fuck
And
out
you're
of here
gonna
with
say
your 3 moves.
He name another move he does. Come on.
Silky,
I'll wait.
he gets people. The corner does a shoulder block. He does the badass fucking lariat, which actually looks like a good ass lariat because he crushes people.
It does not actually look that great.
Stop it. Now you're just talking out of your ass just to try to get a rise out of
I'm
me.
talking
just
with
to try to
knowledge.
get me
I'm
fired
talking
up.
with knowledge of wrestling. His
Okay.
clothesline is not the best.
Okay, we'll watch his match this weekend. And we'll see
And
what happens.
so you're
and
talking.
You're going to be
so
very
like,
impressed.
wait.
You're going to be very impressed.
So, and you're naming basic moves. So, should we give him credit for throwing a punch or a hammer?
If he throws it well,
He doesn't. But I
because
mean,
Shane can't throw a punch.
no, Shane cannot. 100% Shane cannot throw a punch.
I can't believe we're actually
He
having a
does have
serious
the
conversation where you're trying to compare Shane
No,
McMahon and
and-
Brock Lesnar.
I'm saying that
They couldn't be any further fucking apart.
But I'm talking
when it
about in
comes
the
to
way
everything.
they are used. They are both used as as an attraction. They're not used as everyday wrestlers. The only difference in how they're used as an attraction is they do it right with Lesnar, and they use him like
because he's an actual attraction.
Well, I mean, Shane's still in. This rating spiked up the show where Shane came back out of nowhere. They did. People were talking about it. It trended and everything.
Okay, he came back after a while. That's great.
Yeah, but that shows that people remember. If he wasn't an attraction or any kind of a draw, people wouldn't give a shit about him. Now would they?
I don't give a
him
shit.
coming back. It was kind of a big deal.
You could take any turd from back in the day and put him back on television and have people
you could
give a
not.
shit. People were talking about the... Thank you very much, Bill. We appreciate that, man. I love that. I love that little jingle coming on every time when we get some bits.
Yeah.
That's very cool. People were talking about the Great Khali when he showed up in Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton's Punjabi prison match. People were like, it's Great Khali. It's a Great Khali.
No, they were like, it's a great Khali. What the fuck is he
Great
doing there?
Khali,
Like,
for God's
and
sake.
it was a horror. They talked more about how horrible the running was than, or Khali doesn't run, but you know what I mean? But they were talking more about how horrible it was than like, oh my God, I can't believe Great Khali came back. And you're talking after what, a few months or maybe a year or two versus 7 years.
Hey, look.
I bet you in 7 years, I mean, only reason I had forgotten about Great Khali until you just mentioned him.
I would forget about Shane if he goes away.
No, you wouldn't.
I certainly would.
No,
Otis
you would
Dozovich
not.
is a national treasure.
He is
Nightbot,
not.
good for
See,
you.
this is where you lose all
Shane
credibility.
is daddy's bitch. What are you talking about? What are
you
you
lose
talking
all
about?
credibility
When I
you
say
talk about Otis fucking Dozovich being a national fucking treasure.
Otis Dozovich is a hell of a performer, a hell of an entertainer,
But he's not a wrestler.
hell of a wrestler.
No, he's not.
Bullshit, he was a college wrestler.
No, but in WWE, I don't really see him. All I see him doing is gimmick.
Yeah, that's his gimmick. He does the fucking
worm.
fucking worm or whatever the fuck it is.
So did Scotty
then-
Too Hottie. Yeah, so that's all he
drops
fucking
the elbow, and it's brilliant.
That's all he does.
It's
is
brilliant.
a shitty worm. Well, the worm is great. The elbow after it's shitty because
It's not shitty.
it is because think about how big he is. By the time he gets up and goes to jump, you have forever and a day to move. Logically, because
Well, it's like the
if
people's
you were
elbow.
standing-
The people's elbow was a shitty elbow,
It
but
is.
everybody fucking loves the people's elbow.
Everyone loves
and
because they love
we
the
can
person
love
that
the
do-
worm elbow as well.
No, we
because
can't.
it's fucking brilliant.
It's fucking shit.
And Otis Dozovich
And
is a goddamn national treasure, and
and
anybody who
you
says otherwise
lose
is a damn
all
liar.
You lose all credibility.
Of course, we're fired up, Jody Mania. It's WrestleMania week. It's going to be great. I don't
Boom.
want an attraction. I want some national treasure, says Mike Check.
Mike Check, you are wrong. You are 100% wrong.
You're all kinds of right, buddy. We've talked enough about WrestleMania. We got Takeover coming up this week as well.
Yeah, I was watching SmackDown last night, and it kind of threw me off because I forgot about the Hall of Fame. And so when they said it was Friday, I was like, what? Takeover's on fucking Friday?
Yep, exactly.
That seems weird to me. That seems unnatural. Like, they should have done the fucking Hall of Fame on Friday and then did Takeover. I guess it's like the palate cleanser because Takeover's probably going to be so amazing. Then the next night, I never honestly watched the Hall of Fame. It's kind of boring to me.
Well, you know why they did it? Because the MSG show is on Saturday. And so they moved Takeover to Friday because there were a lot of people that were going to want to go to both shows. And so WWE did the right thing and give them credit where it's due because they could have been dicks and said, no, we're keeping Takeover on Saturday. And then you would have a lot of fans that were torn between, do I go to TakeOver or do I go to MSG? Because a lot of the NXT fans like the New Japan product as well. I would say a greater percentage of NXT fans follow New Japan than do main roster WWE fans. So they did the right thing and they moved it. And, but yeah, I'm with you. It's Hall of Fame. I don't really watch the Hall of Fame either.
I mean, to me, and there's nothing against it. It's just kind of boring. Like, every now and then I'll listen to the speech, and because some of them are funny. Like, I don't want to hear a sad recap of your whole career. Like, tell a couple funny anecdotes and get the fuck off the stage.
The benchmark of professional wrestling, Mac Diesel in the house. Shout out to you, Black Diesel. Glad to have you here.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's just my personal, and there's nothing wrong with it, but, I mean, you literally had Mr. Ice-T, Mr. T on there talking about how much I love my mama. My mama's greatest. And I'm sure she was, or is. I don't remember if she was living or not.
I don't know. I don't either.
But I'm sure it's great, but that had nothing to do with why you're in the Hall of Fame. I mean, you really shouldn't be, but whatever. I mean, I guess off the landmark that you were in the main event of WrestleMania. WrestleMania was sold around the match that you were in, and had it failed, WWE as we know it probably wouldn't be the same or may not even be here. So I get that aspect of putting them, but like I'm like all the celebrities in the Hall of Fame are just kind of. I thought there was a celebrity. Someone mentioned there was no celebrity inductions. I thought
this
there was.
year, not this year.
I thought there was one.
No, it's the Warrior Award winner, and then you got Brutus Beefcake, which Brian says I thought it was an April Fool's joke. Brutus Beefcake, you got DX, you got Tori Wilson, you've got
Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, not Sergeant. Harlem Heat is what I was.
Harlem
saying.
Heat. There you go, and the Hart Foundation.
Foundation.
That's it. Those five and the Warrior Award winner, I think. Fans try to hijack the Hall of Fame show too, which isn't good. Yeah, I'm with you. Plus WrestleMania 2 versus Piper. That's right. That epic boxing match between Roddy Piper and Mr. T.
Yeah, no.
We'll be talking a little WrestleMania tomorrow on Wrestle Trivia, so make sure you join us 9 p.m. Central Time here on Twitch. No celebrity this year. Last year it was Kid Rock. That's right. I remember that last year.
Did they even induct him? Or because I remember there was some controversy about some political stance he took. So I think they did do the induction, but the next night at Mania he wasn't one of the ones they announced like Kid Rock.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember, to be honest with you. How do I host y'all on here, Speez? Alistair Finn, you just hit there should be, if you're on your mobile device, there should be a share button. And when you hit the share button, there should be an option to host, I believe. So you can do that there. So while Silky plays on his phone, we're going to talk a little NXT TakeOver coming up this Friday, don't forget. And main event, you've got the NXT Championship match between Johnny Gargano.
I love you.
And look at that, another sub.
and I always will.
Mic check.
There, I said it.
There, I said it. Mic check. Thank you very much. You've got Johnny Gargano taking on Adam Cole, baby. NXT title match. It should be fun. A lot of folks are looking forward to this, saying it's going to be a match of the year candidate. Should be outstanding.
See, boom. So
He said he's on his PC, though.
Oh, well then, fuck you then. What I get for trying to be helpful.
Yeah,
I'm
on the
just
PC, I'll see if I can figure it out here, Alistair Fiend. Talk a little bit about Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. What should we expect from this? And is this going to be a show stealer?
Of course.
Or is this going to be one where we look back and go, it should have been good, but maybe.
No, it's going to be a show stealer.
Think so.
100%.
Who you got going over, Adam Cole or Johnny Gargano?
At first, I was going to say Cole. And part of me still wants to say Cole because they haven't really done much with Johnny now that I think the whole point or purpose where they were going to do Black and Ricochet as a team and then the DIY. But then when Ciampa went out, you didn't see Gargano anymore.
Right.
And they just started heavily double down on pushing Black and Ricochet. So now I'm starting to think Gargano's going to stick around, but I would say probably I'm going to go with Gargano.
You're going to go with Gargano?
I'm going to go with Gargano.
All right, then. Well, this is a tough one to call. It is a tough one to call. I think Gargano's got to get it at some point. I think he's one of those guys. His NXT run reminds me a little bit of Sami Zayn in that he's just become one of those guys that's so popular that at some point you gotta put the title on him. And I'm with you. I think Johnny Gargano wins this one as well. How about the War Raiders taking on Blackochet? I just don't see the War Raiders losing it at this point.
I don't. Though I would I kind of don't want them to lose. Besides the fact that Ray Rowe's my boy. Ray Rowe's my boy.
He does, everybody.
I do.
He's got sources.
I do. Anyway, but mainly because I really still feel like, have they announced that it's the Revival at Mania at all?
I want to say earlier today, people have still been talking about, there was a video that came out on WWE.com where the Revival said they would consider a match against Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, which means that's happening. So I don't know that it's officially been announced yet, but it's not going to be against Blackochet.
I really want it to be, and I want Blackochet to win just so I can see your face fucking explode.
No, Blackochet is going to be in the
NXT.
No, they're going to be in the SmackDown Live championship match.
What
there's
the
a
fuck?
four-way. You didn't hear about this.
I did not. I must have missed. I did, granted, fall asleep a little bit on SmackDown when I got home yesterday from work, but
unless I'm crazy, folks, remind me because
I'll look it up now.
Because Blackochet were getting a shot basically at all three tag team titles in the course of 1 week. They get the Raw tag team title shot on Monday. They get the NXT title shot on Friday, and then they're going to get the SmackDown Live title shot at WrestleMania. It's going to be the Bar, the Usos, Blackochet, and the New Day. Nakarusev, sorry.
Yeah, Nakarusev. So
thank you, Alistair Fiend, for the host there. Appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, so I kind of just would love to see, even if they lose but then that doesn't do anything. So the Revival is not.
He just wants to see Blackochet beat the Revival, is what he's saying.
do.
But it ain't gonna happen, and it hadn't happened up until now, and it's not gonna happen now because they're not facing him again. Because Revival already took care of him and get him the fuck out of here because the top guys are doing their thing.
Pre-show, Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese.
Yeah, Buddy Murphy, Tony Nese. But we're getting sidetracked here, Silky.
Sidetracked.
War Raiders, Blackochet. Who you got?
I've got War Raiders.
War Raiders, no doubt. There's no question about it. How about Velveteen Dream taking on the bro, Matt Riddle?
I don't honestly know because at one point, I said the same thing about Gargano's. Like, it's too early for him to lose, and he did lose. So, with that being said, I'm going to go Dream is still... I got to go Dream.
Got to go Dream? I'm going Dream as well. Then we've also got Walter taking on Pete Dunne, as we mentioned earlier.
Walter.
I got Walter winning this one, yeah.
I just don't see... I mean, Pete Dunne has had that title for forever and a day. He's the longest reigning champ.
Yes. What's it been? 400 and something? It's been a year and a half ish.
Yes, he has been champ 683 plus days.
Sorry, almost 2 years now. That's completely insane.
Yeah. So yep. So I feel like it's time.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And there's one more match on there that I'm forgetting. Which match am I forgetting?
Io Shirai.
Oh, the women's match. Thank you. Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, Shayna Baszler, and Bianca Belair. The fatal four-way for the NXT Women's Championship.
I don't really give a shit.
Walter can't lose. He'll be the next Asuka win streaker. We'll see.
Yeah, I gotta go with Io.
I was gonna say I'm going with Io Shirai because look at Silky Baines. What are we doing?
This is what happens when I'm not here to
That's all
set
right.
my shit up.
Totally fine.
Yeah, I'd have to go with Io. I really don't have a dog in this fight. I don't care about Sane. Bianca Belair doesn't do it for me. The only one outside of Baszler,
I love Shayna Baszler.
I love
think
Shayna
Baszler's
Baszler,
great.
but I feel like she's probably gonna drop it. So I feel like Io would be the one.
Yeah, I don't know about Bianca Belair as the champ. Kairi
Yeah.
Sane, we've been there, done that. Io Shirai is another one. Is she taller than Kairi Sane? She's another
Yeah, she's a
little one.
but she's fast
She is fast.
and cagey.
And she has a nice looking moonsault.
Yes.
She's so fake. Who's so fake, Alistair Fiend? I don't know if it was Shayna Baszler or who's so fake. We'll find out here in just a minute. Maybe so. I don't know. But there's your NXT TakeOver card. Should be a good show. It always is. Shayna will be the international superstar shakeup. We'll see. We'll see. Ballsler, says Alistair Fiend. How do you not like Shayna Baszler? She's come so far. There's the comprehensive list of everybody who should be doing a moonsault. Io Shirai can do one. That's for sure. Hers is fucking gorgeous.
Hers is good.
It's absolutely great.
Charlotte's is pretty decent too. It's
okay.
pretty good.
Okay. She has help. I love Shayna, says Jody Mania. I'm with you.
I might, damn it, because I really do feel like she's gonna lose it. But fuck it, I'm gonna just go Shayna.
You're going Shayna.
I'm going Shayna because
I wouldn't
she's the
mind it.
only one that's legitimately, I see as a legitimate women's champion there.
Yeah, she's come a really long way. What happened to Ember Moon? Speaking of legitimate women's champions,
Was she injured? Or
maybe so. I think she's going to be in the Battle Royal. But
yeah, she probably will.
folks were asking about the pre-show. Sorry, I didn't see who it was that mentioned that. I believe both Battle Royals are going to take place on the pre-show.
WrestleMania?
Yes.
Let's pull it up right now. So we know that Nice and Murphy's on the pre-show.
I thought they said that it wasn't.
Well,
I thought I
according
read
here,
yesterday that it wasn't.
It's got to be on the pre-show.
I don't know.
So.
Oh, Moon's been hurting in rehab, says Mike Check and Jody Mania. Thank
So,
you. It's Bianca
pre-show-
Belair's time, says Raven's Blood. We'll see. We shall
So
see.
the women's battle royals pre-show, Nice and Murphy's pre-show, and then the men's battle royals pre-show.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured. Well, that's good that the Revival will dump to the fucking record-breaking loser Kurt Hawkins on the main. That match, I'm just going to tell you right now, folks, don't start blowing up my fucking Twitter when the Revival dump to Kurt Hawkins, because I already know it's coming. All right? I know it's going to happen. It's going to be ridiculous when it happens.
Blow up his fucking Twitter.
Don't stop it. I don't want to hear it. All right?
And if you message
not going to
me,
be happy about it
if you message me,
because
I'll shoot you his phone number and you can send him some
you're
text.
not sending shit text message. It's not going to be. I have next to no confidence in the Revival this weekend. Not because they're not great, because they are the greatest living tag team on the
if
planet
they were,
right
you'd
now.
have confidence. You'd feel like no matter what, they could still win.
No, because
WWE sapped your confidence because you
Behind the
had a lot of
scenes-
confidence going into, and then them losing to the Lucha House Party so many times, and then the B team and stuff.
it doesn't
and I
have
think,
shit to do with that.
No, I think that
It doesn't have
sapped
shit to
your
do with that.
actual like belief in them.
Here's what
and
it
then
is.
brought you to reality of where WWE books them. And so when they won, it was great for you, but then it was back to more of the same. And I think they've broken your spirit as a Revival fan.
They very much have.
Yeah,
And the bizarre one, Dave said yesterday on the Get the Tables podcast. He said, we've talked about how WrestleMania is about moments. WrestleMania moments. Like, we remember Zack Ryder winning the Intercontinental title in the ladder match, right? Because I remember it. I thought it was great.
I mean, it was great.
I thought it was a great moment.
But
he lost it the next night.
Yeah.
You know, there are probably a lot of people that don't remember that he lost it the next night. The casuals who only watched it at WrestleMania. But they were like, oh, cool, this guy wasn't even going to be in the match, and he won it. What better moment could there be for a guy who has a fucking record-breaking losing streak
35 or
than for him to win at WrestleMania? Chris might make the Smart Tears Hall of Fame with Texas Kid for Life. I'm not that bad.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not that bad.
You are.
I'm not. You don't even know who the fuck we're talking about.
I don't matter. It doesn't matter.
Of course
You
it
are
doesn't
that bad.
So yeah, I'm not feeling all that great about that. Well, folks, we're gonna sign off for the evening. First of all, one other.
Got here.
Well, I know you just got here, but I've been holding down the fort. I got to eat some food and shit. I even put off dinner to make sure that all this shit was running correctly,
and
so
yet
it would
we
be ready
have
to go.
This over here.
Yeah,
so
because
obviously
I'm not a
running
fucking guy.
correctly.
I can't break in. I'm not an electrician. You know, one of those guys that can take shit apart and put it back together again. If it's any more involved than screwing in a light bulb, I hire somebody to do that shit. And this is more involved than that. If it's techie shit, I can handle it.
That's techie shit.
That's not. That's taking apart and rebuilding engineer shit, which I am not. Anyway,
you sure you just
as I
didn't
was
hook
saying,
it up wrong?
one last thing that we want. God damn it. Jim Ross, it was announced earlier today, will be joining All Elite Wrestling. We think about JR heading over to All Elite Wrestling as a senior
really
advisor.
Wasn't a surprise. So, I mean.
I don't think he's going to be doing commentary from what I understand. But great mind for wrestling, part of the booking team on WWE for a long time.
Definitely will help them.
Yeah, I think so too. They're putting some good pieces in place over there. We'll see how it turns out. But somebody said it on Twitter. They love to brag about how much money they're paying people. Because one of the things that I saw was, Jim Ross signs for a record-breaking commentary contract. You know, and it's, I don't know. Don't put out how much you pay people, especially if it's a commentator. Hey, look at all the money we're throwing at our commentator. I don't know that I'd go bragging about that, but, Lucha House Party or Ray competing at Mania. Yes.
Ray is competing at Mania.
Ray is competing against
Samoa Joe.
Against Samoa Joe.
Sloppy Joe.
Damn it.
That fat bastard, you call him Sloppy Joe.
There it is.
I want you to have that same energy if we ever get face-to-face with Samoa Joe. That's all I'm going to say.
That's not my energy. That's Scott Steiner energy right there. The word was lucrative. Thank you. Thank you, Raven's Blood. Lucrative contract. She reads a book.
Oh.
Not a stupid hooker. I think she was just trying to. I was looking for the correct word.
Oh, because you don't read a book, you stupid hooker.
Yeah. Yeah, what is this about Rey Mysterio being hurt? I keep hearing shit about Rey Mysterio being hurt, but I don't know.
Maybe that's why the Deep Six ended it instead of like going into it like an end of days.
Could be. Look at Juanito hitting his own command there in the chat room. Folks, we are back on Sunday afternoon. Once again, our Sunday show, the very first Sunday show. And what a way to kick it off with the WrestleMania pre-show. So check us out this Sunday, 3 p.m. Central Time. That's 4 o'clock for those of you on the East Coast. We will be taking you up to the start of WrestleMania at 4 p.m. Central Time. So it's going to be a long, long day of wrestling. A long weekend of wrestling, but a lot of good shit going on.
What you having over at $1 Million Studios? What food are you bringing in?
I don't know. We're going to have to discuss.
WrestleMania is going to be an all-day thing. So
yeah, we're going to have to discuss.
I'm going to need to be fed.
And you're going to need to be fed.
Yes.
We will discuss and make that happen for sure. Thanks to all of you guys who dropped bits here this evening. We are very grateful to all of you for doing so, and our new subscribers as well. Everybody who subscribed to the program, we're very grateful for you guys. So thanks to everybody for dropping in, subscribing to the program, dropping those bits. See, this gives us all the bits for the week instead of as we go here. But we had Mike Check, Kristen, Texas Legends fan Brian, and Get the Tables. All of you guys dropping bits. We appreciate that. Thank you, Jody Mania. We appreciate you being here. I am back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Time for a little Wrestle Trivia. So make sure that you join us for Wrestle Trivia tomorrow night. Yes. And we are back on Sunday afternoon. So, anything else to say before we say goodnight to the folks?
Yep, I will be here Monday on time, hopefully.
On to hopefully, he says. All right, folks, for the Benchmark Silky Baines,
Yo.
Chris Bezak, we will see you tomorrow night here for a little wrestle trivia on the Speez and the Benchmark Show. Good night, everybody.